he has done. And, I was born Muslim, I will die Muslim. And
Damn.
I do not have a qualifier to my Muslimness that I worry about.
Damn. Hey, I need a sound system, a sound bar that says shots fire, pow, pow, pow. Because that right there gave me the chills. It gave me the chills the first time I heard it. It gave me chills right now. So it is good to see folks like Ilhan Omar finally attack back at some of just the nonsense that has been said about the Democratic Party, and especially at this moment now, Muslims who are deciding to vote for Kamala Harris. And it's kind of awkward on trying to explain just really basic political stuff. If I was to ask you who would be more easily to influence when it comes to the Israel and the Palestinian conflict and trying to get a ceasefire, who would be more influenced, Kamala Harris or Donald Trump? The Republican Party or the Democratic Party? Who will be more persuasive? Who will be a little bit more soft to public pressure? Be honest. Don't leave the keyboard alone. Don't say nothing stupid. Okay, be honest with yourself. Hey, we're not gonna judge you for being honest. All right, trust me. I ain't gonna talk about your mama if you being honest. And if you're being honest, you would 100% say it's Kamala Harris, Joe Biden, and the Democratic Party who would be more susceptible to pressure and creating at least a better condition, a ceasefire, something than what we have now. I guarantee you, if Trump, I hope not, gets into that office, it's going to be 10 times worse. And that's what the Israeli government is wanting. Another Donald Trump presidency, because guess what? They don't care about no media. They don't care about no protests. They will bomb and bomb and bomb and bomb. Trust me when I say that. So we need to have this conversation. I just kind of had a blank out there, but let's go ahead and hear Mrs. Omar talk about Muslims and just the situation we're in.
Just on the Green Party, though, what is your argument when people say they're voting Green? A lot of people are criticizing Muslims who support Harris. The Green Party now has a vice presidential candidate who is Muslim, Butch Ware. He was on this show recently on Instagram. He called you, quote, beyond reprehensible, he said about you, after you praised a group of Somali community leaders for endorsing Harris. He has also suggested that Muslims who vote for Harris or endorse Harris are not proper Muslims. They're hypocrites, that they have betrayed the people of Gaza. What's your response?
Well, I don't know who this person is, but clearly it is always wrong for a candidate to characterize the people who are opposed to them or supporting their opponents in the ways in which he has done. And, I was born Muslim, I will die Muslim. And
Damn.
I do not have a qualifier to my Muslimness that I worry about.
Damn. Hey, I need a sound system, a sound bar that says shots fire, pow, pow, pow. Because that right there gave me the chills. It gave me the chills the first time I heard it. It gave me chills right now. Who are you? And this is going to be the Green Party's downfall here. Who are you to judge somebody's religion? And with this conversation being a Muslim, who are you to tell someone they're a true Muslim or not? Did she have to put in the application to give it to you? I mean, I liked his approach at first, but you prove that you have no political savviness, no outreach to people if you have to stoop so low to sit here and marginalize your opponents and they're your people. we had a problem with Obama talking to black men, which in my opinion he wasn't as harsh as some people are saying, but to call people degenerates because they're voting for someone else, that's your strategy. That's what you want to go with. Man, you're gonna lose the respect from decent people who use critical thinking, who wants to try to use their vote not only as a morality thing, but as a strategic thing. And if you are going to be running the Green Party and that's your angle, the same thing Trump is doing, then the Green Party is never going to be a valuable pick. Never, ever, ever going to be a valuable pick. So come on now.
And I do believe, certainly, Jill Stein herself talks about the fact that the chances of her winning are non-existent. And so in places where the margins are small, you have to worry about what that means in regards to a second Trump presidency. And speaking for myself, that is not something I'm willing to risk or willing to entertain. So I will do everything in my power to make sure that that man does not become our president again.
I will come back to Donald Trump in a moment, but just sticking with Gaza and US policy, back in April, after Israel's deadly strike on the World Central Kitchen staff, you and I think 55 other House Democrats, including Nancy Pelosi, signed a letter to Biden and Blinken urging them to withhold weapons to Israel. Now, on the one hand, I never imagined Nancy Pelosi would sign a letter like that. It tells you how much.
And when I heard that, that surprised me. I actually had to look that up just to make sure he wasn't spreading no lies. Because Nancy Pelosi, she said, what? So that should give you some insight on the Democratic Party, for as flawed as they are. And trust me, I got my own list of all their flaws. At least they know what the people are asking. It may be contradicting to what they're getting paid from AIPAC, but at least they know what the people want and know that the Democratic voters are going to rebel if you don't act upon that. Once again, the Republican Party don't give two damns about Republicans or Democrats or anything in between is saying about what's going on over there in the Middle East. So that should at least give you some hope. Just some, not all. I know the government is not going to solve every issue, but this should be like a small glimpse of hope that something can be resolved in whoever steps into it's not anyone. If Harris steps into that presidential office, it should give you a little bit of hope. So there you go.
The kind of spectrum is shifting on Israel. But that's still a tiny minority of Democrats in Congress. And let's not even get started on Republicans, none of whom have any qualms about arming Israel. Why do you think Congress, an institution you've been part of now for several years, has been so blind to the genocide, so unwilling to even put some conditions on some aid? Why?
Hey, beautiful question. I want to know why. Ilhan Omar, you better give a solid answer for this one.
Well, I think, many of them are on this, we wholeheartedly support Israel. And I think, friends do not allow their friends to commit crimes.
Yeah.
And the fact that we have colleagues who are unable and unwilling to enforce the laws of this land on the behest of Israel that would not do that, that would not reciprocate that, is, I think, something that they should be ashamed of, not just on the basics of morality, but they should be ashamed of the fact that they are unwilling to uphold our laws.
Two of your close colleagues in the squad.
Hey, that's pretty solid. That's pretty solid. And once again, if you guys want to watch that entire interview, go to Medi's channel. I'm pretty sure if you're subscribed to here, I know you're subscribed to his channel. But go ahead and check that out. But I just love how she was honest. She answered the question. And I mean, you can argue what she answered, but at least she answered it. Which in 2024 is a hard thing to do, to get politicians to do, and that's to answer a damn question. All right, so once again, the only option to possibly pass a ceasefire is through the Democratic Party. I mean, after what we just heard, tell me where I'm wrong. Okay, the Green Party needs to get their ish together. Like I said, I am yearning for a third party, fourth party, fifth, and all the way down. I need that. I want that in my bones. But we can't just let any scrubs get into this arena and be just as stupid, just as corrupt as both of these other parties. We can't have that. So we need a strong party that stands on morals and integrity, not funded by, big corporations, and actually knows what the people want. So once again, if you guys want to continue this conversation, hit the link down below to my Discord so we can have that one-on-one conversation, or let me know how you guys feel in the comments down below. And like always, I don't know why I keep doing the gun fingers. Let's have that conversation.